Tribal growth is when your bigotry has not corrupt, rupture, mesmerize your thinking faculty. So, Mr. Wale Adefarasin, to the best of my knowledge, if I'm to describe him, if I call this man a tribal bigot, it will be an understatement. No, indeed, he's not a tribal bigot. He does not deserve that word because he has outgrown that level to what I call tribe. Wonderful followers and subscribers of Holy Ghost Son. I hope this video finds you well. Guys, today I came across a video of one Wale Adefarasin. He's a pastor. In the course of his preaching, he made a statement that since it's been 40 years as a Christian in Nigeria, that termination of Christians buying America has been going on. He says, so whatever that is happening now is not a big deal. Over 500 people terminated in one night in Jos. It's not a big deal. Over 200 people terminated in Yellow Water. Christian community is not a big deal. Guys, please, I don't want us to rush this. His speech is just less than 2 minutes, okay? I don't want you to feel irritated either. Could you please patiently, let's take a listen at what he has to say and patiently wait for the well-deserved response he got at the end of the video, okay? In case today is your first time coming across my video, I want to say big thank you to you for stopping by. This is Holy Ghost on platform, a platform that tells you undiluted truth. Thank you.
Over 40 years that I have been a Christian, there have been killings in southern Kaduna, killings on the plateau. There have been riots. Sometimes, I think it was in France, an image of Prophet Muhammad was defaced. Who remembers that? And as a result of that, there were killings of Christians in Nigeria. And so it's nothing new. It doesn't amount to genocide. The way the West are talking about it, it's as if a Christian steps on the street, his head will be blown off. And I'm trying to understand this sudden love for Christians. Is it because we now have one of the largest refineries in the world and no longer have to ship raw materials abroad and bring the finished products? Or is it because of the 21st century minerals that we now have in our earth that they use to generate nuclear power for electric vehicles? Are those the reasons that our friends are threatening to invade our country to defend and protect?
Thank you so much for watching. Number one, I was raised as a child to respect 2 categories of people whenever I come across them. The first category of people I was raised to respect, I must respect whenever I come across them. Number one are those whose hairs have turned gray. Number two are aged people, those who are aged. I was raised to respect them whenever I come across them. But as I grew, I come to discover that number one, that all your hair have turned gray does not necessarily mean is a sign of wisdom or that you are an old person. Okay, gray hair can swear be as a result of poverty. It can swear sometimes be as a result of ailment. So it does not necessarily mean a sign of wisdom or that you are an old person. That's number two. Like I said, I was raised to respect old people. And I also come to discover that you are old does not necessarily mean you deserve some respect. Also, it does not necessarily mean you have wisdom that the younger generation will emulate. Because even fools grow old. This is what actually also made me. There's a book I'm planning to release if time permits. Okay. In the book, one of the things I said maturity is not measured by your age. Neither is maturity measured by your gray hair. All right. Now, responding to Wale Adefarasin, there is something called ignorance. There's another thing called ignoramus. The word ignorance is when you are ignorant of a thing, deficient of idea about the thing. The word ignoramus is when you don't know and you don't know that you don't know. Now, just the way there are two types, there's difference between ignorance and ignoramus. So also there's something called bigotry. There's something called tribal bigot. There's another thing I call tribal goat. One, tribal bigot, another thing is called tribal goat in my own word. Now, what is tribal bigotry? Is when you are known to carry the way with your tribe, you understand? When you are supposed to say the truth, you are being manipulative and the rest. Now, what is that thing that I call, Holy Ghost will call tribal goat? Tribal goat is when your bigotry has not tampered with your thinking faculty. Tribal goat is when your bigotry has not rupture, mesmerize your thinking faculty. So, Mr. Wale Adefarasin, to the best of my knowledge, if I'm to describe him, if I call this man a tribal bigot, it will be an understatement. No, it's not a tribal bigot. He does not deserve that word because he has outgrown that level to what I call tribal goat, tribal ewausa, tribal malu. That is what this man is. Because that is the reason why he can say that if 500 people terminated in a society, in a community, and he had the effrontery, the audacity, the capacity, the capability, the nerves, the guts to say that it's not a big deal. If two of your own family members were among those that lost their life in yellow water, I believe it will not say this is not genocide. How will the likes of France, Hutu, say, how would they feel when they come across this for it to say it's not a big deal? Well, I believe that what you said this thing that is happening is a normal thing. It's not a big deal. Yes, it is normal. The only thing that makes a case like this to be normal in the sight of this tribal goat, Wale Adefarasin, the only thing that will make something like it to be normal in your eyes is simply because you are not normal. It takes abnormality, you understand, to operate in some abnormal level. Obviously, you are not normal. Hence, the reason you said that is not a big deal for 200 people to lose their life in yellow water. You say it's not a big deal. You can see tribal goats like this are the reason why the country will never move forward. In the past, Fulanis used to be the problem of the country. But fellow Nigerians, I believe you will agree with me that some tribal goats, Yoruba tribal goats, like this Wale Adefarasin, are fast becoming the problem of Nigeria. How will an adult like this come out? All because he wants to please his brother in power. He doesn't want to speak anything here that we batter the reputation, the government of his brother. He doesn't want to say he doesn't want to say that. That's the reason why he will have the effrontery to spit on the grave of people that have lost their life to Christian genocide in Nigeria. You dare come out to say a pastor. Anyway, let me stop here before I will come back and lash him. You said that what now warrant the sudden love of Donald Trump for Christians in Nigeria? I will answer you. Donald Trump has answered you in fact. Please, let's listen to Mr. Donald Trump.
When I return to the White House, I will once again aggressively defend religious freedom in all of its forms, and many forms, but we will defend it in every single one of its forms. We will protect Christians in our schools, in our military, in our government, in our workplaces, in our hospitals, and in our public square.
Dear Wale Adefarasin, the tribal goat, I am pretty sure you have heard from Donald Trump. He made this statement before he became president the second time. It's a promise he made, it's a promise fulfilled, it's a promise kept, and it's a promise about to be fulfilled in Nigeria. Okay, the likes of you don't deserve to be, we don't deserve to share the same country with some of us. People will see you must be wasted because of genocide, because of religious intolerance, because of satanic agenda. A pastor, a man of God, supposed man of God, suppose. That is why they said that there's something called pastor. There's something called python. This one obviously not be pastor for my. This one are python. This one now Pastor Ewausa, Pastor Goat. Let this one be. You just said this. How do you expect the loved ones that lost, those that lost their loved ones to this genocide going on, how do you expect them to feel? You have to shit on their grave just because you want to please Yoruba nation, just because you want to please the Yoruba agenda, just because you want to please your brother that is up there. Nigerians, can you see? Can you see the mess we are in? This is why peace will never come. When I talk about federal character, the way Tinubu has overtaken Buhari, you understand? It is abnormality, test of appointment and all. So Yoruba will come here. What stop you from appointing those you trust, those you can trust? Was that how Jonathan ruled the country? Is that what our federal character said? Is Buhari now our federal character? What is your take on this, friends? Let me stop here. Please put it in the comment section. I'll be reading and responding. The Lord bless.
Hello. For me, as Frank Otor, my most popular, my most notable quote of 2025 from any Nigerian is from Kamo Sendi. Kamo Sendi, my younger brother and a learned colleague, he once said, if Nigeria is explained to you and you understand, then you are mad. So how would you not be mad if some things in Nigeria are explained to you and you yet understand? We've been complaining that radical Islamist jihadists have been killing Christians in thousands every month. A lot of people, from the government to a lot of Islamic bodies to people who are sympathetic to government for political correctness, have been coming out to say the Christians are not the only religious group being killed by these terrorists, that Muslims are also being killed. As much as we admit this truth, it does not take away the genocide that has been happening by a lot of Islamic groups, especially the Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. Okay, now, one thing, there's a common factor in all this argument, that a lot of Nigerians are being killed, Muslim and Christians alike. We agree to this, by these terrorists. So Donald Trump said he is sending American soldiers to come and flush out these terrorists. Yet the same Nigerian government, the same Islamist organizations have risen to say no. You don't want foreign intervention. You don't want American soldiers to come and clear these terrorists. So what exactly do you want? What do you want? When these killings are happening, even my state governor, the governor of Benue State, said, oh, these guys are coming from outside the country. They are mercenaries from outside the country. Many people who try to be politically correct always say they are mercenaries from outside the country. And now America is planning to send her soldiers to come and flush out these mercenaries who are outside the country. That's for a foreign problem, we desire or seek a foreign solution. And all of a sudden, a lot of people are crying and saying, no, that's a foreign intervention. And they don't want that foreign intervention. You call these terrorists foreigners, isn't it? So we want this foreign intervention. We, the victims. I'm a survivor, so I'm a victim. I'm in the right place to demand for the kind of solution we have. Nigerian government have been, they say they've been trying. They've been trying for the past 10 years. According to them, we've not been seeing that try anyway. And it is still persisting. So we need extraordinary means. And so if Trump is bringing extraordinary means, we accept it.
Just before you go, I want to beg you for one thing. I beg. See, you see the screenshot you see on the screen now. Now that's the name of my YouTube. I beg. Make una go YouTube now, please. Go follow me there. I beg and they beg una, please. You see, Uncle Mark, and sometimes the guy they be like who they smoke Igbo. Sabalo comedy page. Some time ago, I think 2 years ago, he deleted one of his page, made it reach 4 million. Another one 2 million. He has experienced it twice. So anything can happen. So we just have to prepare for any eventuality. Okay. I beg, follow me on YouTube now. Just type the name as you see it on the screen, okay? So you can also, in case any issue, you can also catch up with me there. Thank you.